Welcome to Pause and Reflect, the Pawsome podcast brought to you by SA Yorkie Rescue. Get ready for a tail-wagging journey as we embark on an adventure to create the perfect home for our precious Yorkies. At SA Yorkie Rescue, we offer a special home-to-home adoption service, ensuring that no Yorkie spends a single night in a shelter, kennel, or cage. Whether you're a brand new owner or a seasoned pro, this podcast is tailor-made for you. We've got exciting and useful insights in store, guaranteed to make your tail wag with joy. So let's dive into Pause and Reflect, the ultimate podcast for all you Yorkie lovers out there. Welcome to another insightful episode of Pause and Reflect. I'm your host, Angelique. Today we are diving into a topic that holds significant importance in the world of pet rescue: breaking the stigma of pet rehoming. While this conversation centers around South Africa, it could also be a subject of interest on a global scale. Joining us is Pam, SA Yorkie Rescue's Adoption Director. Welcome, Pam.
Thank you, Angelique. It's really good to be here today. But before we continue, I'd like to turn the table on you and ask you a couple of questions.
Sneaky. Sure, Pam. Go ahead.
So, Angelique, you've been a seasoned member of the Yorkie Rescue team for over a decade already.
That's true, Pam. And it's been a rewarding journey.
So you have a great deal of experience in placing Yorkies in their best new forever homes. There is a number of questions and maybe concerns that many pet owners often have to deal with when they are faced with this very emotional decision to rehome their doggies. Mm-hmm. Many people surrender their Yorkies to shelters, hoping for the best for them, and this can be very distressing. Please can you tell our listeners a little bit more about the stress-free program of SA Yorkie Rescue?
Sure. So after the surrender form for your Yorkie or Yorkies on our website is filled out, we immediately assess their needs. We consider factors such as their medical condition, emotional well-being, and the urgency of finding them a new home. We work to rehome Yorkies directly to their forever homes. This avoids unnecessary stress for your Yorkie, as well as for yourself, as well as for the owner. Avoiding excessive transfers and kennel environments as well. Our primary goal is to find the perfect match, ensuring a secure and loving environment.
When Yorkie owners hear that their loved Yorkie will stay with them during the entire process, this already puts them at ease. And as we know, many Yorkies don't like to be separated from their loved parents.
Yes.
So before we start searching for a new home, how can the owners help to ensure that the Yorkies find the best, new, caring and loving homes?
Well, their insights and knowledge about their Yorkie child or children are invaluable to us. While we have expertise in finding suitable homes, we recognize that they understand their dog's personality and preferences best. So we work closely with the owner to discuss potential pre-approved homes and consider any pros and cons together. It's a collaborative effort to ensure the best match for their fur child or fur children.
Sadly, there is quite a stigma attached to rehoming pets. Why do you think the stigma persists?
Stigmas arise from misconceptions, suggesting that if a pet is being surrendered, it indicates a lack of care. The owner is giving up on his or her fur child. But this couldn't be further from the truth. Life changes, and sometimes the best decision for a pet is to find them a more suitable home.
Angelique, you've hit the nail on the head. Life can throw us a curveball at the most unexpected times, and we might find that we need to relocate, or our accommodation suddenly implements very strict pet policies that force our families to give up their beloved pets. Could you perhaps share some insights into this?
We have had many cases of relocating and complexes that just have a no pet policy, and this prevents owners to keep their beloved Yorkie. Yorkie owners just don't have the finances to have their beloved Yorkie move with them or move abroad with them. Their Yorkie might also be too old to make that trip. But this does not reflect the Yorkie owner's affection for their furry friends, and it certainly does not make them bad Yorkie parents.
Thank you, Angelique. Now, another aspect that often draws judgment is pet behavior issues.
Yes, behavioral issues can be complex and at times overwhelming to manage. Every doggy has a distinct personality, the same as us humans. Sometimes a Yorkie might not gel with other pets or display aggression. It's important to know rehoming is not abandonment or failure on the part of the Yorkie parent. It's about finding the right environment where your doggy can thrive.
I couldn't agree more with you. Even as humans, we thrive in the right environment.
Exactly.
But there are often instances where owners genuinely can't care or provide the care that their pets deserve, either due to financial constraints or health issues.
That is true. We've had cases where an owner is terminally ill. Even though this is heart-wrenching, the fact that they still want to take care of their Yorkie while they are so sick shows how much they love their pet. Surrendering a pet is not a sign of neglect. It's a responsible step to ensure the pet's well-being.
Finances can be a concern for some owners.
Yes.
A common question is, how much does it cost to entrust my Yorkie to SA Yorkie Rescue?
Surrendering your Yorkie to us comes with no charge. We completely understand the financial aspect, and we believe in removing any financial barriers that might discourage helping a doggy in need. While we do incur costs throughout the process, we usually cover these expenses through the adoption fee charged to the new family. However, it's important to note that if you do decide to cancel our services after we've started the rehoming process, a cancellation fee may apply, but this is explained to you.
Another question that is often asked is, what personal items should I hand over with my Yorkie?
That's a thoughtful question. The items you provide when handing over your Yorkie are entirely up to you. Of course, a vet card, if at all possible, but other than that, some owners choose to give parting gifts, such as new toys or accessories. But it's a great idea to include familiar items, like your doggie's old blanket or bed, because of the familiar sense. It can provide them comfort during the transition to their new surroundings. And as the Yorkie settles in and becomes more relaxed with his new family and home, the new family can then gradually introduce the new bed and toys that they've chosen for them.
Thank you so much, Angelique, for addressing these very important questions. It's very evident that the Yorkie Rescue team is committed to the well-being of dogs as well as the owners involved. But before I continue, there's another very sensitive topic I'd like to just elaborate on, please. That's the relationship between pet rehoming and breeders.
Yes, there's a misconception that all breeders contribute to the problem of pets needing new homes. However, responsible breeders prioritize their dog's well-being and support proper rehoming when necessary. Blaming all breeders can be counterproductive, potentially leading to more pets ending up in shelters or facing unfortunate outcomes.
That is a very important perspective to consider, Angelique. Thank you. Your insights today have really been invaluable. And it's conversations like this that really help us dispel myths and help us pave the way for a better understanding.
Thank you, Pam. Our goal is to create awareness and promote empathy. Rehoming is not about giving up. It's about ensuring a brighter future for our furry companions.
Another question that could come up: how long will it take for you to find my Yorkie a new home?
We prioritize the well-being and comfort of your Yorkie throughout the whole rehoming process. The timing of adoption depends on various factors, such as the availability of suitable homes and the individual needs of your Yorkie. If your doggy requires immediate medical attention, we ensure they receive the necessary care promptly. Rest assured, we act as swiftly as needed to ensure the best possible outcome.
Can I surrender my Yorkie a few hours or a day before he or she needs to find a new home?
So, if you know you are going to move in about a month, it would be really nice if you could tell us a bit earlier, like 2 or 3 weeks ahead. Waiting until the last moment isn't very fair because it makes it hard for us to find the perfect home for your Yorkie child. We want to make sure that they have a great place to go, so giving us some more time really helps a lot. Of course, there will be those emergency cases which no one could have foreseen, and in a case like that, we will temporarily foster your Yorkie for a few days until the perfect home is found.
Often a situation arises where the family needs to relocate, and the only accommodation they can find on such short notice is oftentimes not pet-friendly. Or a family will be immigrating and they can only send their doggy to the new country in 6 months' time. Do you assist in long-term fostering?
We don't do long-term fostering. We feel that it is not kind to let the Yorkie and the foster form a beautiful bond only to be separated from one another. We would rather refer the owner to a Yorkie hotel.
Thanks, Angelique, for being such a sport and allowing me to chat with you today. So, if you're facing the challenging decision of rehoming your Yorkie, just know that SA Yorkie Rescue is here to support you. Your pet's well-being and their happiness are at the heart of everything that SA Yorkie Rescue does.
Thank you, Pam. I thought this was a really great idea of yours, turning the tables as you did. You are an excellent host. I also want to take this opportunity to thank you for all the hard work that you do. You work tirelessly. You're up late at night. You get up early in the morning to make sure that our precious Yorkies have the best homes, that they find the best homes, and that they are well cared for. And as always, thank you to our listeners for listening to this episode of Pause and Reflect. That's a wrap on another positively amazing episode of Pause and Reflect. Don't miss out on future wag-worthy content by staying connected with us on social media and subscribing to our podcast. Until we meet again, keep those tails wagging and reflect on the boundless joy these incredible little beings bring into our lives. Take care and keep loving those Yorkies.